unanswered questions about Michael motherfucking Myers.
You ever hear of Michael fucking Myers?
Hey, that's my line.
Number 1.
Why is the Smiths Grove vehicle at the Myers house? And
Number 2.
does this reveal another hidden chapter in the 1978 flashbacks? One thing I adore about Halloween Kills is the flashback scenes. I love them to a fault. Now, I like Halloween Kills as a whole. I don't love it, but I like it. But these flashback scenes, mwah, chef's kiss. And upon my most recent rewatch, I noticed something that kind of puzzles me, and it's the Smiths Grove's company vehicle. Now, in Halloween Kills, it shows this vehicle that Michael drove right in front of the Myers house. But there is a reason this is important. Because if you remember the 1978 film, Loomis finds this car all the way down the street. Now, this car was a pretty good distance away. As you can see, Loomis runs down the road passing many houses. It clearly isn't across the road. And the climax of the movie takes place another 3 blocks from there.
I went to the Myers house.
I found the car. He's here. 3 blocks down.
So again, for the 1000th time, the whole point of this 10 Things series is try to solve mysteries without breaking the fourth wall of the film. I'm still surprised people don't read video descriptions anymore. Or just flat out ignore it when I say it in a video. Fuck me. Anyway, so this means, in order for this to be possible, after Michael got shot off the balcony by Loomis, Hawkins encountered Michael. Then Michael had to drive this vehicle back to the Myers house. This makes sense considering Lonnie's face-to-face interaction with Michael. You can see this vehicle in the background. So Lonnie's encounter had to have been after Michael parked the car in front of the Myers house. And he sees Lonnie as he's walking up. The cops show up, they see the Myers house, and the flashback scenes play out like they do. This is a small one, but I think this is a nice hidden chapter of Michael and the events of 1978. Just another piece of the puzzle that's overlooked. I think this is really cool to discover. But what do you think about it? Let me know down below.
Number 3.
What happened to Dennis's body? Another prop I'll give this film is James Dew Courtney's portrayal of Michael. One of the best to ever do it in my opinion. His mannerisms, the walk, the whole nine. But it also explores the artistic side of Michael, especially with the body propping. That started way back in 2018. 2018 really showcased this. You had Vicky and Dave, the police officer's head, which is one of my favorites, Ray in the closet, and this film is no exception. We first see these little bastards when they approach the Myers house and prank Big John and Little John.
Yeah!
And steal all the Halloween candy.
We got candy bars from your house. There's a rusty razor blade there.
I stole the whole damn bowl.
We of course see them again when they say Michael was playing peekaboo with them at the park.
And like, there's a creepy man in a white mask trying to play hide and seek with us, and he's taking the back.
Until Michael pops out with Dennis's mask, and they just realize shit just got real.
Get out of here!
Now, when we see the aftermath of Michael totally decimating them people in the SUV, we can see that if Michael has time, he likes to display his victims in a Halloween manner, as decor. He places Dennis's mask on the nurse on the roundabout, and he places the pumpkin mask on her old man. He was even nice enough to give them candy for the afterlife. And people say Michael's a bad guy. Then he hangs Marion on the swing with the witch mask. She's just hanging out. I like seeing Michael display his victims as Halloween decor, in his own little messed up Halloween spirit. But, whatever happened to Dennis's body? I'll insert this line again and tell you what I think. So this girl thinks that Michael Myers has some 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger tendencies, if you know, you know, and likes hanging out at the park and playing peekaboo with kids. Considering the immature and gullible nature of these three, and Dennis being the only guy, I imagine Dennis went to go fuck with Michael, and Michael gave him a one-on-one class on why that is not a good idea. I bet he's hunched up on one of those trees, or displayed on one of those porches of the house that we see in the background. This is just speculation, but considering that we see everyone in the scene displayed as Halloween decor, I don't think Dennis will be the exception, especially since he got first. So chat, let me know. What do you think happened to Dennis's body?
Number 4.
Is Frank Hawkins Karen's dad? Or
Number 5.
is it Ben Trammer? Laurie Strode's backstory is one of the biggest mysteries of the series, just because we know very little. The only information we have thus far is that after the events of 1978, Laurie loved the bar hop, and she had 2 failed marriages, and somewhere along the line she had Karen. And at the age of 12, Karen got took away and Laurie never regained custody. We learned this in 2018.
2 failed marriages, rocky relationship with your daughter and granddaughter.
When the state came to take your daughter away, she was 12 years old. How long until you regained custody?
I didn't, but you already knew that.
Before I go any further, let's look at this backstory given by Laurie while she's talking to Frank.
Do you remember that night at the bar? You know, I never said anything because I couldn't be sure.
Couldn't be sure of what? What couldn't Laurie tell him that night at the bar? That she was prego? That the baby wasn't his? That the baby was his? The question is, who got the mm-mm? Perhaps it was neither. Maybe it was some random truck driver named Larry who pile drove her for the night and then dipped out. But I digress. Let's continue.
I always liked you.
So Frank and Laurie liked each other. So they must have a past. What did he help with? Getting Laurie's life back on track? Helping her raise Karen? Maybe not directly, maybe financially, but getting her life back on track, that never happened. So that night they kissed.
I kissed you.
Yeah.
They held hands.
You held my hand.
But it never went anywhere?
I was hoping for more, but I knew you were sweet for Ben Trammer.
I guess we need to understand if he meant emotionally or physically. Not to uppercut Laurie, but it seemed like she was pretty generous back in the day, if you know what I mean. Or at least that's the vibe I'm getting.
I was so messed up.
So perhaps, maybe Frank did get the mm-mm and was hoping for something more serious, but Ben Trammer slid into that position first. Now I've had this debate a few times with people and they always break the fourth wall. But even if we do break the fourth wall, which I don't like doing, I mean everybody in the comments is gonna do it anyway. The director says that Karen's dad is some dude at the bar. Frank was some dude at the bar. Laurie even makes a reference to that night at the bar again to the nurse when she says this.
How about my friend here? Make it a double.
Number 6.
Rapid fire round. So bracket with the sheriff of Haddonfield to a security guard for the hospital? Damn, that's sad. That man should be retired by now. You know, as much as I love the nods to other films, if you're gonna retcon films, do it. Don't half-ass it. A perfect example is in 2018, they go out of the way to retcon Halloween 2 from 1981.
Wasn't it her brother mutilated all those teenagers?
No, that's just a bit that some people made up.
So they retconned the original Halloween 2, but used footage from it. What? Now I posted this in the community section a couple of months ago and caught flag for it. My point is this film already brings back bracket. We see Annie's death on the news reports. Why was this necessary? Again, if you're gonna retcon a film, but then use footage from the events you say never existed. Okay. Love lives today. I'm sure that has nothing to do with Evil Dies Tonight, the most overused line in this film. You know what we should do? Remind me to do this. We should do some kind of live stream and do a watch along of this film and make it a drinking game. Every time they say Evil Dies Tonight, we take a shot. Who will be the last one standing? Not me. Tommy says if he's going out swinging.
But if I go down, I'm gonna go down swinging.
And he does, literally. If you listen real close in the scene, you can hear a bottle cap hit the floor. And if you watch the scene in slow motion, you can actually see that Michael is using peroxide to disinfect his wounds. Now, Michael's pretty damn smart in my opinion. A lot of people ask, how does Michael know how to do that? Well, he spent 40 years surrounded by nurses and doctors. This isn't rocket science. All jokes aside, Michael isn't just completely catatonic. He knows how to do stuff. He knows how to drive. He knows how to eat. I mean, we finally saw the dog that he took a chunk out of in the original film. Disgusting. Michael knows how to do everything a regular human can do. I imagine he drops a deuce. And he knows how to clean his wounds. We saw it on tape. He was doing very well last night. Maybe somebody around there gave him lessons. This scene is brutal. I love watching Michael just testing out knives. It's kind of funny in a way. It's messed up, but it's kind of cute in a way. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, maybe I belong in an asylum. I don't know. You know, I don't know what to make of this scene right here. If you look closely, after Michael kills Big John and Little John, he portrays them just like they are in the photo. Now, normally Michael props bodies up in a Halloween fashion or artistic way. This scenario is different. It was almost like he was honoring them in a way. I don't know. I'm not trying to make Michael sympathetic or anything like that, but this was different. Michael even turns on the music for them. Comparatively, from the original film to 2018 to Halloween Kills, This body propping really sticks out. It's different. He based it off that photo. Like I said, I don't know what to make of this. Let me know down in the comments, because I would really love to know your thoughts.
Number 7.
What happened to Lindsay? And
Number 8.
why did Michael spare her? One of the most confusing parts of this film is Lindsay. Now, I won't spend too much time recapping what happened. She has a short standoff with Michael, where she ultimately survives. They play a quick game of peekaboo, hide and seek, and then Michael goes on his way. Except for that's not what happened. So as you know, Michael had to circle back around to display the bodies like we talked about earlier. These bodies are found by Tommy, Lonnie, Allison, and Cameron. So during that second go around, I'm assuming he had to find Lindsay. Because the next time we see Lindsay, she's all bloodied up. She's battered, she's beaten, but she's alive. We never see this happen. Last time we saw her, she was just fine. I'll post a side-by-side comparison right here. So I'm guessing she was hiding behind that tree. Michael finds her, beats the brakes off her ass, and she's found near the bridge the next time we see her, when they discover her. So why? My point being, Michael in this film is the most brutal he's ever been. Michael is at his peak when it comes to killing his victims creatively. So why did he just give Lindsay a one-round Mike Tyson, punch out and then just walk away? This doesn't make any sense to me. No stab wounds, no broken bones, nothing majorly life-threatening, at least on the surface, because when Tommy takes her to the hospital, all things considered, she really doesn't look that bad. So what happened? Why did he decide to let her walk? What transpired off screen that we never got to see? I mean, Michael doesn't need a weapon to kill you in this film. We've seen that. So why is Lindsay still alive? Let me know your theory down in the comments, because I would love to hear them.
Number 9.
Was Tommy just as paranoid as Laurie, if not worse? And
Number 10.
Did Aaron the podcaster really die in 2018? There's a lot of diversity of people who like Tommy and people who don't. And I understand why. Trust me, I get it. If I hear Evil Dies Tonight one more time, I'm gonna need a straitjacket. But on the surface, this film portrays Tommy as one who still hasn't gotten over the trauma of the events of 1978. And I guess it's an annual thing for them to go to Mick's bar on Halloween night and to remember, celebrate, and honor those who died during the massacre.
This is for you, Laurie.
But there's one line of dialogue in this film that makes me wonder if Tommy was just as paranoid as Laurie before he knew that Michael had escaped. So let's watch this scene really closely, and I'll add subtitles just in case you need it.
All shit happening today. 2 homicides at gas stations.
Didn't even know if he was on the bus.
Tommy, you're so paranoid.
So Tommy's talking about 2 bodies that was found at the gas station. But if you remember, there's supposed to be 4 bodies, not 2. So who's missing? Aaron and the mechanic. I went back and rewatched the gas station scene of 2018 during the aftermath when the bodies were found. They showed a lady podcaster. They showed a guy at the front desk. I'm assuming they found the mechanic's body because there's investigators in that area taking photos. But even in the scene where they find the podcaster lady, the photographer is just standing there waiting for Hawkins to move out of the way. So why is Aaron never shown dead or mentioned as the victim? I even went through the entirety of Halloween Kills and he's never mentioned or even referenced as a dead body just like Sartain was in the morgue. I don't know. It puzzles me. Maybe Michael hid his body in Michael's weird way of doing things? So anyway, back to Tommy. So Tommy's talking about the gas station murders and the bus crash. And someone even calls him paranoid for believing that Michael might be on that bus. Now this dialogue takes place before Tommy is even introduced in the film. So if Tommy was already paranoid of Michael's escape, before he was even on screen, his grand speech of the 1978 events, and his automatic assumption of Michael being responsible for those murders, and the newer strands of murders that he sees on the news report, I think this can be viewed a little bit different now.
It's Michael's gotta be.
This was a safe place and now it's not anymore.
Now again, I won't bore you of recapping the events of the film. I'm sure you've already seen it. We know how Tommy's story plays out. He talked all that shit and found out. That rhymed. And Tommy was responsible for the mass paranoia that eventually led to the death of an innocent man, and multiple injuries in the hospital, including re-injuring Laurie. His paranoia was like a virus, and any person he came across in the crowd, he brainwashed. Now I know that Tommy had good intentions, and the town should have rose up against this monster that kept terrifying their town time and time again. But when you jump the gun as much as Tommy does, more bad things happen than good. I also want to mention this guy is the most useless character in the franchise. He's supposed to be the head honcho lawman. In 2018, he doesn't even take this seriously.
What are we gonna do? Cancel Halloween?
But he realizes how serious things are in Halloween Kills. when the bodies start stacking up. But then he just bows down to Tommy and he gives up. He didn't even join in on the fight with Michael or call up any of his men to apprehend Michael after the fact.
Come on now, dawg.
Are you really just gonna let Tommy run the show? We see how that turned out. So yeah, I think Tommy was mostly the bad guy in this film, even though he had good intentions. Call me crazy, but he definitely didn't help things. But what do you think about all of this mess? The mystery with Aaron, Tommy being paranoid from the very beginning, even before he was introduced on screen, and spreading that fear into people until they became madmen, trampling people in the hospital, inadvertently killing that patient. Was Tommy a good guy or a bad guy? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for taking part of your day to kick it with me. You know I appreciate it. The next film will be Halloween Ends, so if you have any theories, feel free to drop it in the Discord. The Discord is free, just a hangout spot. And if you have a theory that I really like and holds some weight, I will credit you in the video. I also have YouTube membership where you will get exclusive material. I do monthly giveaways, live streams. You'll get custom emojis, loyalty badges, priority replied comments. If you want some early access or exclusive videos for yourself, feel free to join. You'll also be supporting me and this channel. With that being said, till next time guys, I'll see you when Halloween ends. I love you all. I appreciate you. Adios.